How much longer will you continue wasting your time before you start building the life you truly want? It's the question many avoid, but that always ends up catching us. And today, you're here because you sense you can no longer keep living on autopilot. The great masters of Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, left a truth that remains impossible to ignore. Your life changes the moment you stop wasting your energy on what doesn't matter and start focusing on what truly builds your character, your peace, and your purpose. If you're watching this video at the end of 2025, you're ahead. You're already preparing for 2026. If you're watching it in 2026, you're exactly where you need to be. 2026 isn't just another year. It's an opportunity to completely transform your life with 8 Stoic lessons that 99% of people will never follow. If you're tired of feeling like days pass without leaving a trace, if you carry this sensation of constant dispersion, stagnation, if you're seeking clarity, discipline, and inner strength, this message is for you. Stay with me these first minutes, not because I have all the answers, but because maybe you'll hear something helping you return to yourself, to that part of you still believing you can build the life you deserve. Before we begin, I want to invite you to something symbolic. If this topic resonates with you, go down to the comments and write, "Today, I reclaim my time and my power." It's simple, and writing it is an act of commitment. It's declaring you'll no longer give your energy to what drains you. If you find value in this video, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay informed of the latest content. Now let's begin. Lesson 1. Your time is your life. Stop separating them. There's a dangerous illusion almost everyone carries. You think your time and your life are two different things. You say, "I lost time," as if time were an abstract resource, separate from you. But here's the brutal truth you must hear. Your time isn't something you have. Your time is your life. Every hour you lose isn't lost time. It's an hour of your life you'll never recover. Every day wasted in distractions isn't just a bad day. It's one less day to live consciously. This simple equation changes everything. Time equals life. Seneca wrote it with heartbreaking clarity. It is not that we have little time to live, but that we waste much of it. Think about that phrase slowly. You don't have a lack of time problem, you have a life waste problem. Look at your last week honestly. How many hours did you give to social media without realizing? How much time did you spend in conversations leading nowhere? If you lose 3 hours a day in distractions, that's 21 hours per week, over 1,000 hours per year. This isn't lost time. It's 1,000 hours of your life burned without return. It's 41 complete days of your life gone up in smoke. And here's what's tragic. You treat your time as if it were infinite. You say tomorrow, next week, when I have time, as if you had unlimited stock. But you don't. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself every morning, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do. The transformation begins here. Stop separating time and life. When you look at your phone for an hour without purpose, don't say, "I lost time." Say the truth. I wasted an hour of my life. Feel the difference. This simple reframing changes your relationship with every minute. Start today with a radical exercise. At the end of each day, ask yourself, if this were my last day, would I have wanted to live it like this? This question isn't morbid, it's liberating. It forces you to honesty. Then, identify your 3 biggest life thieves. Those activities you repeat by habit but build nothing. Those people draining your energy without reciprocity. Name them, write them, and consciously decide, do I want to continue giving them my life? When you truly understand your time is your life, something profound happens. You become more selective. You say no more easily. You protect your hours like treasure, because you finally know what they are. Irreplaceable fragments of your existence. 2026 can be the year you stop losing your life. But it starts now, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is just another way to waste today. If you're ready to stop wasting your life and treat every hour as the treasure it is, go to the comments and write, "My time is my life." Today, I consciously choose where to invest it. Let this be your new standard, because every hour lost today is an hour of life you'll never recover. Lesson 2. Take back the power you've given to others. You wonder why you feel powerless. The answer is simple and painful. You gave your power away. Not in one dramatic moment, but gradually through small concessions, until you wake up one day and realize you no longer control anything in your own life. You gave away the power to say yes and no. You accept things you don't want to do from fear of disappointing. You say yes when everything in you screams no because you don't want to be judged. This simple word, no, has become impossible to pronounce. And every forced yes is a piece of your power you deliver to others. You gave away power over your time. You let others' urgencies define your priorities. You interrupt your work for every notification, every request. Your agenda is no longer yours. It's public ground where everyone can plant their flags except you. You gave away power over your decisions. You ask everyone's opinion before choosing. You wait for external validation to move forward. And in this process, you've transformed into a spectator of your own life. Epictetus, who was literally a slave before becoming a philosopher, taught something revolutionary. No one is a slave except by their own choice. Even in chains, he understood true power is internal. And you, without physical chains, behave like a prisoner. Here's the fundamental truth. The power you gave away, you can take back. But it won't happen by itself. No one will kindly return what you abandoned. You must reclaim it consciously, deliberately, without asking permission. Taking back your power begins by recognizing where you lost it. Do this exercise now. List 3 areas where you feel powerless. Maybe your career. You stay in a job killing you because it's secure. Maybe your relationships. You tolerate toxic behaviors from fear of loneliness. Maybe your habits. You repeat destructive patterns saying, "I can't help it." Now for each one, ask this crucial question. Who has power here? The answer will hurt, but it's necessary. In 90% of cases, you'll discover you voluntarily surrendered your power. Your boss only has power because you're afraid to look elsewhere. That toxic person only has power because you accept their behavior. Start with small decisions. Today, choose one thing, just one, where you'll exercise your power. Say no to something you'd have accepted by habit. Make a decision without asking 15 opinions. Set a clear boundary with someone abusing your time. These acts seem small, but they're monumental. Because with every exercise of your power, you send a clear message to your mind. I'm capable of governing myself, and your mind starts believing you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This strength doesn't come from controlling others. It comes from controlling yourself. The power you seek isn't somewhere out there. It's in you, waiting for you to stop giving it away and start exercising it. Today, now, take it back. Without excuses, without negotiations, without asking permission. It's your power. Reclaim it. If you're ready to take back the power you've given away and become master of your own life, go to the comments and write, "Today, I reclaim my power. I no longer give it to anyone." Let this be your new standard, because the most powerful person in your life must be you. Lesson 3. Build on solid foundations, not on sand. You want to transform your life in 2026, but have you checked your foundations? Because here's the problem, no one wants to admit. Most people build their life on sand. They add floors, they decorate the facade. They dream of an impressive tower, but they never dug to establish solid bases. And when the first storm arrives, everything collapses. Your foundations are your values. not those you display on social media, but those truly guiding your decisions when no one's watching. Ask yourself this question honestly. What are my 3 non-negotiable values? If you can't answer immediately, your foundations are blurry, and blurry foundations create blurry life. Your foundations are also your daily discipline, not motivation coming and going like wind, but discipline holding even when you don't feel like it. The Stoics repeated it constantly. Consistency beats intensity. A small action repeated daily builds more than a great sporadic effort. Think of a building. We never start with the roof. We dig first, we pour concrete, we lay invisible structures supporting everything else. This work is thankless. No one sees it, no one applauds it. But without it, nothing holds. Your life works exactly the same. If you haven't established solid basic habits, regular sleep, decent nutrition, daily movement, reflection moments, you can read all the personal development books you want, nothing will change lastingly. Because you're building on sand. If you haven't clarified your moral principles, what you accept and refuse, where you draw the line, you'll be tossed by every external opinion. Your life will be constant reaction to external pressures, never intentional construction. Seneca observed Rome's wealthy building sumptuous villas on unstable ground, and he noted this folly, building for eternity on bases that won't last. These villas collapsed before their owners even died. The real problem wasn't inevitable death, it was absence of foundations. Here's what you must understand. 2026 won't transform your life if your foundations are rotten. You can make all the resolutions you want, try all strategies, but if your base isn't solid, you'll just repeat the same cycle. Initial enthusiasm, apparent progress, then inevitable collapse. How to build solid foundations? Start with radical honesty. Examine your current life without lies. Where are you pretending? Where are you building impressive facade on non-existent bases? These zones are your fragility points. Next, identify your 3 fundamental pillars. For the Stoics, it was wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. For you, it can be different. Maybe integrity, health, and growth. Doesn't matter, but they must be clear, non-negotiable, and they must guide every important decision. Then, establish daily rituals reinforcing these foundations. If health is a pillar, then moving every day isn't optional. These rituals are your concrete. They harden over time and support everything you'll build on them. Here's your concrete challenge. For the next 30 days, forget impressive goals. Focus only on foundations. Sleep 7 to 8 hours. Move 20 minutes per day. Write your values and reread them every morning. Keep one promise to yourself every day. These actions seem mundane? Perfect. Foundations are always mundane, but they're the difference between a life collapsing at first obstacle and a life resisting storms. Build solid. Build to last. Build on rock, not on sand. If you're ready to build your life on unshakable bases, instead of continuing to build on sand, go to the comments and write, "I build on rock. My foundations are solid." Let this be your new standard, because in 5 years, when storms come, you'll still be standing while others collapse. Lesson 4. Become your own life's priority. Again, when did you become last on your own priority list? At what moment did you decide everyone and everything else deserved your time, your energy, your attention, except you? Look at your agenda from last week. How much time did you truly invest in yourself? Not in distraction, not in passive consumption, but in real development, conscious rest, activities truly nourishing you. The answer for most people is terrifying, almost zero. You gave time to your work, even outside hours. You said yes to social obligations bringing you nothing. You solved others' problems. You scrolled to decompress. But you, your health, your dreams, your growth, your real well-being, postponed to later. Always later. And here's why this is destructive. When you're not your priority, your life never transforms. Because transformation demands investment, and you only invest in what's priority. If everything comes before you, then your own life comes last. It's mathematical. There's a toxic belief fueling this pattern. You think putting yourself first is selfish. You were taught that taking care of yourself, saying no to others to say yes to yourself, protecting your time and energy, was selfishness, and you accepted this lie. But here's the truth the Stoics perfectly understood. You can't serve anyone if you're empty. Marcus Aurelius ruled an entire empire, and yet he took time every day to write, reflect, recenter. It wasn't selfishness, it was responsibility. Because an exhausted, scattered emperor, disconnected from himself, makes bad decisions affecting millions of people. Your life works the same. When you're not your priority, you become less effective everywhere. You give others a diminished version of yourself. You make bad decisions because you're tired. You feel frustrated toward those you sacrifice for. And, ironically, trying not to be selfish, you become worse for everyone. So listen to this with clarity. Becoming your priority again isn't selfishness. It's self-preservation. It's wisdom. It's the only way to build a life resembling you instead of a life exhausting you. How to do this concretely? Start with this simple principle. Every day must have time for you before having time for others. Not after. Not if possible. Before. Non-negotiable. It can be 30 morning minutes to read, write, meditate, plan. It can be 20 minutes to move your body. The activity matters less than the principle. You first. Expect resistance. People around you are used to your total availability. When you start establishing boundaries, no, I can't, I have a commitment with yourself, some will protest. That's normal. Their discomfort shouldn't dictate your life choices. And prepare for your own guilt, too. The first times you say no to protect your time, you'll feel bad. It's old programming resisting. Breathe through it. Guilt will pass, but benefits of putting yourself first will remain. Here's a simple test to know if you're truly your priority. If a friend treated me as I treat myself, would I keep this friend? If the answer is no, if you accept from yourself a level of neglect you'd never tolerate from another, then you have a serious priority problem. In 2026, here's your commitment. Every day you do at least one thing for yourself first, before opening your email, before responding to requests. One thing, for you, non-negotiable. Become your priority again. Not tomorrow, not when things calm down. Today, now. Because no one else will do it for you. If you're ready to put yourself first and stop forgetting yourself for everyone, go to the comments and write, I am my own life's priority. I choose myself first. Let this be your new standard, because you can't fill others from an empty reservoir. Lesson 5. Your focus is your destiny. Where your attention goes, your life goes. There's a simple but absolute law few people truly understand. You become what you focus on. It's not metaphor, it's mechanism. Where your attention goes repeatedly, your life inevitably follows. If your attention is constantly on your problems, you become your problems. If your attention is on past failures, you drag the past into your future. If your attention is on what you lack, you create a life of lack. This isn't magical thinking. It's pure neurology. Your brain amplifies what you observe. Marcus Aurelius understood it. The life of a man is what his thoughts make it. Not his circumstances, not his luck, but his thoughts, where he directs his attention day after day. An emperor in a campaign tent, surrounded by war, consciously chose where to place his focus. Now, be brutally honest with yourself. Where is your attention most of the time? Not where you think it should be, but where it actually is. Take your phone, look at your screen time from last week. There's where your attention is. There's what's building your destiny. For most people, the answer is terrifying. Hours on social media, watching others' lives. Hours on news making them anxious, but changing nothing in their life. Hours ruminating same problems without ever taking action. And they wonder why their life doesn't change. Here's the fundamental truth. Your focus is your life's rudder. If you don't direct it consciously, it drifts toward what's easy, distracting, negative. Your attention will be stolen by algorithms designed to capture it, by dramas not concerning you, by toxic thoughts looping. But when you take back control of your focus, when you consciously decide where to direct your attention, you take back control of your life trajectory. It's that simple and that profound. Epictetus taught his students a simple but transformative practice. Watch your impressions. Every time a thought, image, idea enters your mind, ask yourself, do I want to give my attention to this? Because giving your attention is giving your vital energy, and your energy creates your reality. If you want to transform your life in 2026, you must transform your focus, not occasionally, but systematically and deliberately. Here's how. First rule, define your focus zones. Identify 3 to 5 areas truly deserving your attention. Maybe your health, your career, an important relationship, a skill to develop. These zones become your attentional priorities. Everything else is secondary or to eliminate. Second rule, protect your attention like you'd protect your money. Every distraction is attention theft. Every notification pulling you from your focus is a bandit robbing you. Treat them as such. Disable, block, eliminate everything stealing your attention without permission. Third rule, train your attention muscle. Your attention is a muscle weakening with dispersion and strengthening with practice. Start small. 10 minutes of complete focus on one task without any distraction. No phone, no multitasking, just you and the task. Gradually increase. Fourth rule, audit your attention daily. Every evening ask yourself, where did my attention go today? If the answer doesn't match your declared priorities, you have a problem. Because if your attention systematically goes elsewhere than your goals will eternally remain wishful thinking. Here's your challenge for 2026. Every morning, before touching your phone, consciously define where your focus will go today. Write 3 things deserving your attention. Then, all day, when your attention drifts, consciously bring it back to these 3 things. Remember, your attention isn't infinite. You have limited hours of quality focus per day. Wasting them on noise means stealing them from your signal. And at the end of 2026, you'll look back and see exactly where your attention went. And that will be your life. Choose now. Where does your attention go today? Because that's where your life goes tomorrow. If you're ready to consciously direct your attention instead of letting it get stolen, go to the comments and write, "My focus is under my control. Where my attention goes, my life goes." Let this be your new standard. Because in 1 year, you'll live exactly where today's attention leads you. Lesson 6. Break the stagnation cycle. Immobility slowly kills you. You say you want to change, but you do the same things every day. You say you want to progress, but you stay in the same routine. You say you want to transform your life, but you're afraid to move. And meanwhile, stagnation eats you from inside like silent cancer. Here's what you must understand. Stagnation isn't neutral pause. It's not rest. It's not taking your time. It's slow death disguised as comfort. Every day you spend immobile, you lose ground. Because the world advances, others advance, and you stagnate. And over time, this immobility becomes identity. The Stoics had a word for this, a form of spiritual paralysis where you've lost the capacity to act. You're not clinically depressed, you're just stuck, frozen, unable to generate necessary movement to change anything. And this inability feeds itself. Think of water not moving. It becomes stagnant, then rotten, then toxic. Your mind works the same. Without movement, without novelty, without challenge, it starts decomposing. Your thoughts become circular. Your emotions become numb. Your will atrophies. And worst in stagnation is, it feels safe. You know this routine. You master this familiar discomfort. Change, it's unpredictable, scary, risky. So you stay. You choose stagnation's security over movement's uncertainty, and you call it prudence, when it's cowardice. Seneca observed people of his time spending entire life in inaction, waiting for the right moment to live, and he noted with sadness, "It is not that we have little time, but that we waste much of it in inaction." These people weren't busy, they were frozen, and their life passed without them ever truly living it. Now, look at your own life. Where have you been immobile too long? Maybe in this job no longer nourishing you. Maybe in this relationship that's dead, but you don't dare leave. Maybe in these dreams you've postponed for years. Identify these stagnation zones. Name them. Here's the crucial question. What costs you more, the risk of moving or the cost of staying immobile? Because there's a cost to stagnation. You don't see it immediately, but it accumulates. Every day of immobility is a day of potential life not lived. Breaking the stagnation cycle doesn't demand massive change. It demands movement, any movement. Because here's the secret. Movement creates movement. A small action breaks inertia and makes next action easier. But zero action creates zero action. Immobility reinforces immobility. Think of a heavy object on the ground. Moving it 1 centimeter demands enormous effort. But once it moves, continuing to push becomes easier. Your life works the same. First movement is hardest, but once you've broken inertia, continuing becomes natural. So, here's your concrete plan. Identify one stagnation zone, just one. Then decide the smallest possible action you can do to create movement. Not perfect plan, not complete strategy. One tiny action proving immobility is over. You stagnate in your career? Send 1 networking email today. You stagnate in your health? Do 10 push-ups now. You stagnate in a project? Write 1 sentence, just 1. Action's amplitude doesn't matter. What matters is you go from zero movement to something. Expect internal resistance. Your mind will generate 1,000 reasons to stay immobile. It's not the right time. I'm not ready. Recognize these thoughts for what they are. Fear disguised as prudence. And act anyway. Marcus Aurelius knew action in imperfect world beats inaction in imaginary perfect world. He didn't seek perfect conditions. He acted in available conditions. In 2026, you have 2 options. You can stay in comfortable stagnation, slowly killing you. Or you can move, even awkwardly, even with fear, but move. Choose movement. Because immobility is never neutral. It's always regression disguised. Move today, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Today. One action. Break inertia. And watch how this simple movement starts transforming everything else. If you're ready to break the immobility cycle and start moving even imperfectly, go to the comments and write, "Today I move. Immobility no longer defines me." Let this be your new standard. Because the regret of not trying weighs far heavier than the failure of having dared. Listen carefully. If you're already applying these first 6 lessons with sincerity, you're creating a transformation few people have courage to undertake. You treat your time as your life. You take back your power. You build on solid foundations. You become your priority again. You consciously direct your focus, and you break stagnation. This is already remarkable. But we're not finished. The last 2 lessons will complete this journey and bring you final tools to lock in this transformation and maintain it long-term in 2026 and beyond. Let's continue together. Lesson 7. Your word to yourself is your life contract. There's a form of betrayal no one talks about but destroys more lives than any external betrayal. It's when you betray yourself, when you make yourself a promise and break it, when you tell yourself this time is different and you fall back into same patterns, when your word to yourself is worthless. Think about promises you made yourself and broke. Tomorrow I start training. This week I work on my project. Monday I change my habits. How many of these promises did you keep? And how many evaporated in excuse, procrastination, forgetfulness? Every time you make yourself a promise and don't keep it, something profound breaks in you. It's not just disappointment. It's a fracture in your self-trust. Your mind records, I can't count on myself. And with enough fractures, you become someone not even trusting yourself. Here's the painful truth. You can't have disciplined self-esteem or lasting transformation if you don't respect your own word. Because discipline is nothing but the capacity to do what you said you'd do, even when you no longer feel like it. And if you can't count on yourself, then you can count on no one. The Stoics understood integrity begins with yourself. Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what type of person you want to be, then do what you must do, not the reverse. Your word defines your identity, and your actions prove or destroy this definition. Now ask yourself this difficult question. Are you trustworthy toward yourself? If you had to trust yourself like you'd trust a friend, would you? If the answer is no, you have a fundamental problem. Because if you can't trust yourself, how can you build anything solid in your life? The problem is, you treat your promises to yourself as optional. You keep your commitments to others, you arrive at meetings, you respect external deadlines. But you constantly disappoint yourself and find it normal. That's the problem. Here's the standard you must adopt. Your word to yourself is more important than your word to others. Not because others don't matter, but because if you can't keep your word to yourself, you can never truly keep it to others either. Everything starts with personal integrity. Rebuilding this integrity starts small. Don't make 10 promises tomorrow morning you won't keep. Make one, small, but keep it no matter what. Today, I'll walk 10 minutes, not I'll run a marathon, just 10 minutes of walking. Then keep this promise as if your life depended on it. Because in a way, your life depends on it. Every kept promise is a brick in your self-confidence. Every broken promise is an explosion, destroying several bricks at once. You don't build self-confidence by feeling good. You build it by demonstrating, through repeated actions, you're someone reliable. There will be days when you won't feel like keeping your promise. That's exactly when keeping it matters most. Because keeping a promise when it's easy proves nothing. It's keeping your word when it's difficult, when you're tired, when no one's watching, that forges your character. Marcus Aurelius asked himself this question every evening. What did I do today that was worthy of me? Not what did I feel, but did I act according to who I claim to be? That's ultimate accountability. Here's your protocol for 2026. Every morning, make yourself one promise for the day, just one, but non-negotiable. Write it. Then, whatever happens, keep it. No excuses, no negotiations. This promise is your life contract for today. Evening before sleeping, ask yourself, did I keep my word today? If yes, consciously acknowledge it. This affirmation, when based on real proof, rebuilds your self-confidence. If no, don't flagellate yourself. But don't lie to yourself either. Acknowledge the failure. Identify exactly why you didn't keep your word. Then adjust for tomorrow. People succeeding in their transformation aren't necessarily more talented or lucky. They're just people whose word to themselves has weight. When they say, I'll do this, they do it. Period. No negotiation, no excuse. In 2026, become this person. Become someone whose word is gold, even when no one else hears it. Because your word to yourself is your foundation. Everything else, discipline, growth, transformation, builds on it. Strengthen this foundation one kept promise at a time. If you're ready to keep your word to yourself and become someone you can count on, go to the comments and write, "My word to myself has value. What I say, I do." Let this be your new standard, because self-confidence isn't earned through positive affirmations, but through repeated proof you keep your word. Lesson 8. Identify what drains you and distance yourself without guilt. You know what empties you. You've always known that toxic person draining your energy at every interaction, that job killing your soul a bit more each day, that destructive habit holding you prisoner, those negative thoughts looping. You know what drains you, but you don't distance yourself, and it's conscious energy suicide. There's a crucial difference between knowing and acting. Most people know exactly what destroys them, but they continue anyway. They stay in toxic relationship because it's complicated. They keep destructive job because bills need paying. They maintain harmful habits because it's hard to change. And meanwhile, their life flows away. Here's the brutal truth no one wants to hear. As long as you don't distance yourself from what drains you, nothing will change. You can read all books, follow all advice, make all resolutions. But if you keep energy thieves in your life, they'll keep stealing. It's mathematical. The Stoics had a radical approach to this problem. Seneca advised, "Associate with those likely to improve you. Welcome those you're likely to improve." The process is mutual. The implication is clear. If someone doesn't improve you and you can't improve them, why are you still there? Now do this exercise with brutal honesty. Take a sheet and divide it in 2 columns. Left column, what drains me. Right column, what fills me. Then list everything. People, activities, habits, environments, thoughts, everything. Look at the left column. Really look at it. How many of these things occupy your daily time? For most people, it's terrifying. 60%, 70%, sometimes 80% of their life is occupied by things draining them. And they wonder why they're exhausted, why they stagnate, why they can't find time or energy to transform their life. Here's the problem. You don't distance yourself because you feel guilty. You think cutting a toxic relationship makes you a bad person. That leaving destructive job is irresponsible. That saying no to constant demands is selfish. And this guilt keeps you prisoner of what destroys you. But listen to this with clarity. Distancing yourself from what drains you isn't selfishness, it's self-preservation. You're not infinite reservoir. You can't let yourself be completely emptied and hope to have something to give. Protecting your energy isn't cruel, it's necessary. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be like the headland against which the waves break unceasingly. It stands firm, and the raging waters around it finally calm." He wasn't talking about passively resisting everything, he was talking about staying firm in your boundaries. And sometimes, that means completely distancing yourself. Here's your concrete protocol. For each element on your what drains me list, ask 3 questions. First question, can I change this situation? If yes, make a plan and act. If no, move to question 2. Second question, can I change my attitude toward this situation? Sometimes it's not the situation draining, it's your interpretation. If you can mentally reframe, do it. If no, question 3. Third question, how much longer am I willing to tolerate this? Not should I leave, but how much longer? Because if you can neither change the situation nor your attitude, staying has only one cost, your life. So set a deadline. I have 6 months to find another job. After that, I leave no matter what. Then keep this deadline. Distancing without guilt also demands understanding something fundamental. You're not responsible for others' reactions to your boundaries. When you distance yourself from a toxic person, they'll probably make you feel guilty, manipulate you, tell you you're selfish. It's expected. People benefiting from your exhaustion don't want you to change. But their reaction isn't your responsibility. Your responsibility is your life, your health, your well-being, your energy. And if protecting all that disappoints some people, then so be it. You're not on this earth to be a free energy reservoir for those who don't know how to manage theirs. In 2026, here's your commitment. Every month, identify one major energy thief and distance yourself. One per month, that's 12 over the year. Imagine your life in 12 months if you've eliminated 12 major drainage sources. Imagine the freed energy. Start with easiest. Not necessarily by deepest toxic relationship. Start with draining digital habit. Delete the app. Start with negative person who isn't close. Space contacts. Gain momentum with easy victories, then attack harder ones. And when guilt arrives, and it will, remember this. Every minute you spend in what drains you is a minute stolen from what could fill you. It's one less minute to build, create, grow, live. The cost of staying is always higher than the cost of leaving. You have one life, just one, and it doesn't renew. Every day counts. Stop giving your days to what steals them without return. Identify what drains you, then distance yourself. Without excuses, without negotiations, without guilt. Your life literally depends on it. If you're ready to protect your energy and distance yourself from what destroys you without guilt, go to the comments and write, "I protect my energy. I distance myself from what drains me." Let this be your new standard. Because in 10 years, you'll never regret having cut what emptied you, but you'll regret every additional year spent tolerating it. If you made it this far, I want to thank you from the heart. Transforming your life isn't an instant path, but every conscious step you take changes your trajectory. Today, you learned 8 powerful Stoic lessons to make 2026 the year of your true transformation. You understood your time is your life, and separating them is dangerous illusion. You learned to take back the power you gave to others. You saw why building on solid foundations is non-negotiable. You realized you must become your own life's priority again. You understood your focus determines your destiny. You discovered how to break the stagnation cycle, slowly killing you. You learned your word to yourself is your most sacred life contract. And you understood how to identify and distance yourself from what drains you without guilt. These 8 lessons aren't theory, they're tools. Tools. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca used to navigate extraordinarily difficult lives. And they're the same tools that can transform your life in 2026 if you apply them with discipline and consistency. Before we part, I want to invite you again to reaffirm your commitment to yourself. If you haven't yet, or if you want to reaffirm it, write in the comments the phrase, "Today I reclaim my time and my power." By writing it, you don't just close this video, you remind yourself, transformation begins now. That 2026 can be different, that you have power to build the life you deserve, that your time is precious, that you're worthy of your own priority. Now, tell me which lesson struck you most. Is it realizing your time is literally your life? Taking back your power? Building on solid foundations? Becoming your priority again? Directing your focus as your destiny? Breaking stagnation? Keeping your word to yourself? Or distancing yourself from what drains you? You don't need to apply all 8 at once. Choose the one resonating most and start there. Write in the comments the lesson you'll put into practice first. This progressive approach is much more effective than trying to change everything at once. Remember, these principles complement but never replace professional support if necessary. If you're struggling with mental health challenges, addictions, or other serious difficulties, seek help from qualified professional. Stoicism is a powerful tool, but it works best when integrated into global support environment. Be patient with yourself. Transformation takes time and requires constant practice. There will be difficult days, moments when you'll want to give up. That's normal. Change is never linear. What matters is you keep moving forward, even slowly, even imperfectly, but you continue. If this content helped you, I sincerely invite you to subscribe, leave your like, and share it with someone who needs it. It's not just channel support. It's a way to extend this transformation energy to other people who maybe today feel lost, stuck, or desperate. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving yourself this space. And remember, 2026 isn't just another year. It's an opportunity, a blank page, a chance to create the life you truly want to live. But this transformation won't happen by magic. It will happen through your daily choices, your repeated actions, your maintained discipline. So start today. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, not in January. Today, now. Because, as Seneca reminded, begin at once to live and count each day as a complete life. Live this day with intention. Reclaim your time. Take back your power. And build, action by action, the life you deserve.